Yeah, I got you. We on, bro.
You were froze for a while.
Yeah,
I'm
we
trying to
good to
find our.
go.
I'm trying to find our. Dang man. Our. Oh, there we go.
What's
Got
up,
it.
Mickey Griggs? Number one there. Pete the Killer showed up.
We're live.
We are live, sir.
We're not live yet. Oh,
Yeah,
we're
we're
live.
live.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Everybody, who's here?
We
Pete the
got,
Killer.
of course, we got
Mickey
Mickey.
Griggs. Hey, Pete the Killer. Do me a favor, Pete the Killer. I messed up. I didn't do it. Can you text Lefty and let him know we're on, please? Appreciate it, sir. Mickey Griggs. Mickey Griggs. We got Pete the Killer, Mickey Griggs so far.
So far, that's what
And
we
on this
got.
end is Big Lou and Little Lou. Say
Little
what's up,
Lou,
boy.
what's going on, Little Lou?
Chilling. We're
So what's
chilling.
poppin', bro?
Yeah, he's shy. He a shy. He like me. I used to be shy too. I mean, I grew out that shit. You know what I mean? Then I tell a motherfucker, fuck, F you, we can get it. I start telling grown men, F you, we can get it. What's up? You know what I mean?
Oh
And that was
hell,
stupid. Which, not that I got myself in wrecks, but I mean, just because it's just dumb thinking that way because anything can go from 0 to 60 quick,
very
and
quick.
perhaps lose your life too.
Yep, yep,
That's what
yep.
these kids gotta think about shit, man.
Yeah, that's
They
where
gotta
it
think
is.
about shit, man. The real deal. Yeah, because I started hearing stories, and the reason I said it, I started hearing stories about people doing that, and then because they got an older brother or uncle, and then because them acting up, they get themselves into something, and then the uncle, he gets himself involved, and then boom, he gets shot and killed. You know what I mean? I heard of that a few times.
Yeah, we've seen that,
So
man. Edward, how you doing,
yeah,
Edward? The Endu's
Oh,
in
here
the
we go.
house.
People are coming in now.
Daniel
I'm gonna park.
Infante, what's going on?
Shit.
West Texas burrito in the house.
West Texas burrito, baby. Give me some hot sauce for my burrito, baby.
Carol, how are you, Carol?
Carol, hello, Carol. Carol's a solid one. Very supportive of the channel. We appreciate
Yeah,
it, Carol. Just
definitely, definitely.
a lot of them that are a lot of our folks, man. They're real solid people.
Yeah, that's
A
that's
lot of
what's
love.
up, man. That's what's up.
What? Camera?
Now we're waiting for the third one to come on and just pop up out the blue.
Yeah, let me see who we. Let me give the shots out. Who's in the chat? We got
Do it.
Kill Edward Everett,
Doing a roll call.
the thin dudes. Que se rich, papá. He likes to say carnal. Hey, carnal. Saludos, carnal.
Hernán.
Who else we got here? Daniel Infante, welcome. Donnie and the Smiths, as always. Much love, respect. And Pete the Killer.
I don't know. I think Pete's got to get on the ball, bro.
Pete the Killer?
Yeah, I think he's got to get on the ball, bro.
Yeah, I need you to take care of something for me. I heard you paint houses.
Yeah, he paints houses. So
Pete
what's
the Killer.
happening, Lou? What's going on?
It just took a little trip, picked my son up, and took him out to eat. You got to spend time with your kids, man. He just
That's
turned
it.
18, but he still needs his dad in his ear. You know, about
Yeah.
making. You know, I was just talking to him right now about certain things. About what does his friends talk about? Are they open to hearing older people talk and try to give guidance and things like that? And he said,
Courtney
yeah.
Love.
So,
What's up, man?
who? Courtney Love.
Look at the picture. You know
Uh-huh.
who it is.
What's up, lads? Oh, oh, Laddie. Hey, Laddie. Hey, Lass. Hey, Mike. Good night, Mike.
It's
We're waiting
good.
for our
Good time, brother.
Scottish,
Yeah.
Irish, and English folks to tap in.
Yeah,
I
it's
know they're
it's
on a different time. Their time's different than us.
time zone. Yeah.
Joe Della, yeah, Joe Della Mura told me that he wasn't gonna be able to catch it because of time, but he would watch it afterward. A replay of it.
Definitely,
He'd
definitely.
watch it. So
We're gonna cut it. We ain't gonna go too long with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, you got
yeah,
your son, so I know that's the time. You got to be spending some time with kitties. I did mine yesterday.
Plus, I think FBS is on right now too.
Yeah, FBS is on. I
So
caught the first couple of minutes of it.
yeah, Pete the Killer, were you able to do that for me, bro? Send that text message to Lefty. Let me know so I can figure out how to get it done if you can't do it. Yeah, Carlos should be capping in any minute. This is a bad place to park, man. I got the sun right in my eyes.
Man, at least you got sun. It's pitch black out here.
I'll take care of that. I'm gonna put the t-shirt over the. It's the mirror. It's bouncing off the side mirror and hit me right in my face. But there we go. We got it taken care of. So, oh boy, so it's pretty warm over here. It was kind of cold last night though. It was pretty cold, man. I had to shut the window and shit. It was pretty cold. Primo told me about how cold it was. I think it was Primo. Primo told me how cold it was where he was at, and we're not that far from each other. You know.
No doubt. Yeah, nah.
But Sin City Vanquish, what's up, bro? He's another supporter. I met him on another channel. Today, matter of fact, we went on an Dankin and Drankin show, and I put on his link on Lefty's channel, and we got Miss Can't Be Wrong and Carlos and Lefty. They all went over there and tapped into my boy's channel. And then baby girl Wendy came over from the Dankin and Drankin show and came in the Lefty show today. So that was cool. So, you know, that's the big idea. You know, let's network, let's cross, subs, let's help each other out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bring light to each other's channels, you know?
Yeah.
I don't understand why some of these people, they don't want to do that. They act like they're really like they're some big shot. Like, I don't understand, you know? I don't really want to get into it with names and all that, but this person's been helped by other people. That's why he's out now. And now he's trying to, he's kind of he told me one thing and now I can't even get him to answer my call. And now he put a big price tag on his show now. He's charging $29.99 for subscription. You know what I mean? I think it's on the Patreon though, you know?
Yeah, no, that's all right, bro.
I don't know. It's just a trip.
To each his own, man. Everybody's got their own hustle.
I don't know if I should say anything right now about what I got going on tomorrow or not. What do you think?
Yeah, man, spit it. Go ahead, bro. Do what you got to do.
Okay, so tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna be Yankees for life. What's up, boy?
Yankees.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be going on blood on the razor wire. Chad Marks, who was a federal inmate, he was doing 40 years, and he was the one who. He's the original. How would I state that? He's the original one that filed or he started the first articles of the Second Chance Act. He started that whole thing in motion with his law work, and he got something overturned in his case where they changed it from 40 years to 20 years, and he pretty much got out because he already had like 18 in by that time. And he's got his own little legal firm, and he just won a case the other day on a guy out of New York that was doing life. And now he's coming home as well. So I'm going to be doing a little interview with him tomorrow. And I think we're going to be doing it around, I think he told me about 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. So that would be 1:30 Western, the West Coast. And then Texas, that would be 3:30. So go and check that out. And he's got a good channel too. Positive Message. He's getting guys from all over the state, the nation, state prison, federal prison, all nationalities. Tell your story, and he's trying to bring positivity, the light to this jacked up prison system we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, as long as you got positive people out there, pushing positive messages, that's what's up.
Just Jane, hello. Yeah, but you know what he was telling me though? He was telling me that that he's noticed that people like to hear the grimy, negative shit first, and then you wheel them in with that. That if you just come right out with speaking positive, they don't want to. It doesn't attract as many people. So at some point here, we could tell some stories of grimy stuff we've seen on the street and in the inside, you know, as far as,
Yeah.
you know, betrayal, backstabbing, just scandalous stuff, you know what I mean? Dirty
Of course.
macking on your woman, all kinds of shit like that, you know?
You know how it is, man. Unfortunately, you got people that enjoy that. You know, they enjoy that rah rah bullshit. It's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Yeah. And
You know.
also, it's like, it's the scandalousness of it all. It's usually from the top of the, you know, from the top, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like the leaders that be doing this scandalous,
That's
real scandalous,
the
backstabbing, throw your ass under the bus type stuff, you know?
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, man. It goes into different how can I explain it? Different areas, put it that way. You know, so when we come up with it,
Yeah.
then people will get a little whiff of it. But at the same time, like I said,
Let me
that's our
tell
work. You know,
Pete the Killer, do me a favor and text Lefty and tell him that we're on, please.
Lefty's on, bro. Lefty Guns is in the
Oh, is
house.
he? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
What's up, Lefty? I see that now. Okay. Never mind, Pete the Killer. I don't need you to do that now for me. But
You know how it is, bro. You know how it
yeah,
is.
so right about now, it's 5:41. So right about now, everybody would be coming back from chow, right? Everybody would be coming back from chow from eating. All the buildings on the yard. Most of the yards in California, there's anywhere from 5 to 6, 7 buildings on the yard. And each building holds about 1,000 people. 2 guys to a cell. There's usually uh, actually about 200 people in the building. 50 cells on top tier, 50 cells on the bottom tier. Usually it goes 101 to 150, and then 201 to 250.
Yeah.
Between the 270 design is they call it a 270, which is like a horseshoe type shape building, and you got the tower in the middle, and you got one side. If you walk in the building, the left side would be A side, the middle would be B, and the right would be C side. And then if you're a level 4, it's called a 180 design because I guess they're visual. It's a 180. They can see from a 180-degree angle, and that is the same building, but it has walls in between. And it's usually what is that? I think if I remember right, it's 10 cells on the bottom, 10 cells on the top, and then you got a wall between.
Gotcha.
And then so they would be coming back from chow right now, and they'd be getting ready for the 7 o'clock yard. If it's a level 4 yard, there's no yard at night. There's no night yard. Level 3, level 2, level 1 yard opens up at 7 till 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock they'll do close custody count for close custody B, and they'll have to come in at 8 o'clock to get counted at 8 o'clock, and then everybody else gets to stay out till 9. You know what I mean? So that's what would be going on right about now in the joint.
I'm trying to see if I get some people on here that can kick it with you about the differences. You know what I'm saying? What we were talking
Right.
about the other day, the differences between the system in Cali and the system
Right.
in New York, and because we know what it is. It's not a government thing. It's a private industry. That's all it is.
Well, I know this. The only thing I can speak on between the East Coast, and this is New York, New Jersey, because I ran into cats from those places. You can be Puerto Rican and be in a cell with a white guy, white cat. You could be in a cell with a black dude. They'll intercell. They'll cell
Yeah.
up amongst each other. They'll mix. California, that's a no. If a white dude goes in a cell with a black dude, it's bad. You're just supposed to refuse the move.
Yeah.
You're just supposed to refuse it, and you can't do it. And the same thing with them coming in the cell with a cat from up north, from Northern California, Latino from up north. They're supposed to refuse it, just like there's a Latino supposed to refuse it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a lot different. And I've said this before too. I met some cats from Chicago. They were white dudes, but they ran with Puerto Rican gangs, and it was like a big time culture shock to them when they got busted and went through the system out here. Because now these guys that they grew up with, that were their boys, it couldn't, they couldn't act the same way. Yeah, you can say hello, what's up. There really ain't no touching. So what I mean by that, no handshaking, really, no embracing each other, like a half hug type deal. You know what I mean? None of that. You can't accept food from each other that's open. You know what I mean? Well, let me put it this way: the Latinos from Southern California, and the whites can do that, not with blacks or northern Latinos from Northern California. You know what I mean? Bob, Big Bob, brother Bob, what's happening, brother? He's a good dude he's from New Zealand.
Tyler,
Right, yeah, you do that.
Nobody's blocked on this channel.
Yeah, do that, Bob. Think about it and then get back to me or whatever. However you want to do it. Who else is here? Tyler Durden. Carlos, you said I'd be cool here. Come on. Buffalo Billy blocked. I don't know about that. I don't think anybody's blocked on this channel. I just know one person came in with his nonsense one night. But other than that, it's been all good in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I figure I'll give it a little while because I got to get my my show in today.
Yeah. Yep. Let's say I blocked Courtney Love. Pete the Killer blocked Courtney Love. I don't know what happened with that. She must have said something foul. Because Pete, we got good moderators. They don't just, there must have been some attacking or something. Well, that's Grams. I said it hit the house. Don't stop. Go after somebody, it's a wrap. Bang, bang, go get to the up, boogie to the beat. What you hear is none of the test. We're gonna come, we can rock it to the beat. Anyways, man, what you got? What you want to talk about? Anybody in the chat's got any idea? And y'all want to talk about real quick? So Carlos comes back on. Come on, y'all, don't be shy now.
Hit him up.
What is this Tyler talking about? You're not good on your word, Carlos. Hey, Carlos is tending to his business right now. He'll be on in a second.
He'll be on in a few. Wait, hold on. We got here it goes.
Yeah, here you go. Yo,
my brothers, what's going on?
Man is on.
What's happening,
there you go.
Trying to get the house settled in. I got to give the boy a shower, and they all want to talk. And nah, you guys got to get ready to go to school. It's time to chill out. You got an hour, and you're going to sleep.
That's it. That's what it's supposed to be.
You gotta have them boundaries, boy. You gotta set them boundaries. You gotta have them rules, man.
Yeah.
Oh, without a question. Great to see everybody in the chat. Hey, mods. Tyler Durden is also Buffalo Billy. He gets an exception. He gets a pass. Leave him be.
Yeah, they were saying that Buffalo Billy's blocked. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see nothing I'm blocking here.
Carlos, why you blocking Buffalo Bill? That's what Tyler said.
Nah, yeah. Nah, Tyler's good and Buffalo Billy, they're both good. They are who they are, but I rock with them because they're consistent.
That's what it is, man. Carlos says they're good. They're good.
Carol Mahal, how you doing?
That's one thing about us. That's one thing about us. We talk with each other. We let each other know what we feel about whatever it might be. We don't put each other in a fucked up on the spot where like all of a sudden, we just hit each other over the head with something that we never would expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And our word is, and we respect each other's words. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I got.
We talk outside of the YouTube, so.
Yeah, we gotta be able. You gotta have your word. That seems to be a ongoing problem with a lot of people. They can't stand on their word. They want to flip flop like fish out of water. Stick to your words. Stick to your principles, and don't break them for nothing. I'd rather eat my fingers off my hand than break my word.
Yep,
it is, man.
Because at the end of the day, that's all you got. I don't care how much money you got. If you can't hold your word, and that's really, that defies you. You know what I'm saying? If you can't hold your word and you're steadily flip flopping, then nobody could take you serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. A lot of people tend to do that.
Oh, Courtney Love is see Courtney Love, that's Bill. That's Bill playing around.
Yeah, that's why I just looked at it. It ain't blocked. So we good.
Yeah. So what's going on? Talk to me. I talk back. What's up, David? David S. Cameron. Good to see you. He's from over the pond.
Yeah, David S. Cameron, the NUZs, Yankees for life, Edward Everett, Pete the Killer, Pico Grams, Lefty Guns, salute.
I tell you what, man, out of all the shows and all this stuff I've watched on YouTube, and I've actually been in there and stuff like that, subscribed. I think, and all honestly, man, I think Left is the only one I really watch, bro. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Lefty's doing a good thing. See what it is he's staying neutral. He's giving everybody a free voice, which I want us to do that too.
Yep.
Give everybody a free voice as long as it's respectful. As long as it's respectful.
That's it. That's all you could do, man.
Yep.
And it's like I said, man, I don't get into that whatchamacallit, that
he said, she said.
Yeah, that keyboard tough guy things, because like I said, man, I'm too old for that shit, and I don't want to be breaking monitors, and that's not the way we roll.
Yeah, but now you see what's been happening, the end result of that. These guys don't seem to understand that.
Well,
you know, that Homeland, or like I say, the Alphabet Boys stay inside these chats, and these guys want to show guns. They want to say they're going to do this, they're going to do that. You guys need to stop it. They're sitting in here watching and listening. You're telling on yourself. And what happened to Highlight is a prime example, because even if it wasn't somebody here that told on him, the fact is they'll go back and they'll go search history and show all his stuff. And guess what? Now they got you for this and that. Now you got a history behind all that gangster talk, the kicking over baby strollers and the stupid stuff that these guys say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the thing is this too, and I don't want to really talk about this too much. You're under paperwork, okay? You're on parole, state parole, or probation, right? Federal probation, or even county probation. Okay, these departments, right? These law enforcement and the federal agencies, they have departments that just watch social media. Okay, so for example, they see you beefing with certain people, and they're putting certain names of gangs out there. They're going to get interested and be like, well, why is he talking so tough about this and that with these type of people that are claiming to be this and that? Well, you know what? Let's put just like what they did with the Italian mobsters. They would pull people, or if they're watching a place that are selling dope, they'll pull they'll make a traffic stop on somebody, right? Just to see what they're doing or what they can get out of them. Okay. Then they set it up to make it look like a traffic stop, and then they search you because they probably think, well, this guy's talking all this shit with these people that are supposed to be from this gang, and they're a big gang. So let's see what he must be packing, or who knows what they're thinking. But that's how they do shit, man. And if you're over there clicking and clacking shit in the background,
yeah, that's not cool, man. That's
I mean,
you can't be doing shit like that.
No, you can't.
I mean, look at, man, they convict people on murders without even a body or a fucking murder weapon. Right. Because of something that was said, and then the district attorney is good enough in his arguments to persuade the jury to come back with a guilty verdict on nothing more than some little shit. I forgot what they call it exactly. What's that word? I can't think of the word right now, but you guys know what I'm saying. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, if you're going to give them all this firepower with clicking and clacking shit and talking this and that to certain people that are allegedly from these certain groups, that's not all. It's just not a good thing, man. Just keep it solid, man. And and then you know what? You say too, well, any OGs and people like that know better, but apparently not, because they keep getting these guys on phone taps and shit. You know what I mean? For years now, and they know the business already. They know what's up. You know what I mean? So
it is what it is.
We talked about this. It's this new generation. They'll do a crime, and then they want to go upload the video to social media for some likes and some views, and now they got you on video. Like, I remember a time when we would go out to the clubs, we wouldn't take pictures because a simple picture would get you an indictment. You got a conspiracy off a photograph. I remember being in Allenwood with a guy that was legally blind. He was legally blind, and they gave him 5 years because he went to a club with his friends and they took pictures. And when the feds came and grabbed everybody, they found that picture. They asked him questions he really didn't know. He was a civilian. He just happened to grow up with them. But they didn't care about that. Now they give you a conspiracy charge, which is a mandatory 5. He couldn't give them anything, and he had to take that. He had to do 5 years being innocent because he went to a club and hung out with his buddies that he grew up with. He wasn't part of their organization, but it's simple things like that. Now, these kids, they do a crime, they upload the video 15 minutes later. So it's like, and this is what these guys are doing the same thing on YouTube. You can't sit over here and tell somebody you're gonna go to the house, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. You're dry snitching and you're telling on yourself, you know?
Yeah, I know cats, man, that would get out the pen, man, and and they go right away, go kick it with the homies, and they're busting flicks, and sometimes they put them on IG and Facebook. Sometimes they wouldn't, but they'd have the picture in their phone, or they'd actually even print the picture out and have it on their wall. And now they're getting violated because they're in there with so-and-so and so-and-so, who's a documented gang member as well. Yeah, I know cats that did their whole parole, bros, 3 years of all violations because of that reason alone, for being around known felons. You know what I mean? Known gang members,
I don't know, man. This era is totally different, man, because, I mean, you see it on YouTube. You see people counting money, counting this, counting that, and the cops running through the back door. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's on here, so it's like, really, dude?
Oh yeah, that was that particular kid in Florida. He was bragging on the camera. He's showing the money, and as he's talking to the camera, they're busting down the door. They go into the room. They snatch him up.
They snatched him up. The cops even laughed on the camera. You know what I mean? It's hilarious for that. I mean, it is funny.
They're lost. There's no education as far as how things were. We were taught differently,
Yeah, there wasn't none of that. Well, remember when we were raised, we didn't have this YouTube. We didn't have no social media until the AOL bullshit. Remember that when you had to dial the damn number and it would yeah, exactly. We ain't had none of that. But now, everything's social media. Everybody's got to do things on social media.
Jersey Girl 732. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, but the other thing I spoke about was like the Columbos.
Andrew, you're right.
What's the name? Andy Mush and them. They're still getting caught on the phone, man. This is an old man that's almost 90 years old. That's been in the game since the 50s. And you would think by now, they wouldn't be on the phone. Come on, you're like, geez,
They don't learn, bro. They don't learn.
Yeah, so it's
with them. I kind of get it. Is laziness, but they hit a period where they're senior citizens, even though they're in the game, they're senior citizens, so they can't do all that walking, talking stuff. So it's easier for them to grab a phone. Lazy. But at the end of the day, you just
they're getting lazy. Yeah, exactly. And what people need to realize, you're going up against the federal government, man. Unlimited resources. They will go at nothing. If you're a target of theirs, they want you. They're gonna get you, man.
Well, you know what I always say,
by any means, they gotta flip people and get them to lie. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, when they get on your door, bro, they knock on your door, they got something on you, point blank. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
When you see that headline, the United States of America against you, that's a different ball game now. You're in the big boys now. That's serious.
Yep. Especially when you're the number one, you're the first name on that indictment. You could, you're the main target, and then you got 20 guys or 10 guys on the indictment with you, but you're the number one. That can't be nice. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's got to be spooky, man. You know what I mean? I've never been in. I never had a federal case, just state case, and a couple of times I had a co-defendant. You know what I mean? But I couldn't imagine how that would feel. Like,
the feds do things differently, bro.
Then listening to Justice Tech Pros. Because he breaks it down, on some of the laws, the federal laws, and it's like, man, I can't believe that there's some of the laws they got. Like he was saying that they can basically, in the what do you call that? Your when they give you all the stuff they got against you, all the witnesses, all the tapes, what do they call it? Discovery. Your discovery. That they can literally they can hold it from you within days of the trial starting. Yeah. It's like, how can your team even get ready for a defense if they're going to be withholding stuff on you? It's like, how that's hella unconstitutional. Like, how is that?
Yeah, it is. And it's glad. I'm so happy that he had created that channel because he's educated somebody. A salute to Dominic Crayer, The We Push Back movement. A salute to them because he's brought in a light to a lot of that stuff that the average person didn't know. Just how deep
Yeah.
and how corrupt the government can be.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. I will admit that for sure. Like I just said, I've been in and out the system for all them years. But like I said, I've never been to federal. But I mean, it just was a shocker to hear some of the stuff that Dominic puts everybody up on game about. Man, it's like wow, I just unbelievable.
It's deep. Like when in the feds, when you read everybody, you read so many paperwork. I read so many PSIs, pre-sentence investigations, and minutes, and the tactics that they do and the stuff that they do is just like whoa. You know, we see it now. We see look at the King Rat. Look at how much they spent. How many informants? How much money they spent just to get John H. Gotti? You know.
Yeah, that's what it was. They let that other man shit go right out the door, bro. They just wanted one person. That was it. You know how that works, bro.
Yeah, he was the trophy. He was the target. So it was get him at any cost, any cost.
Yep, they're willing to let anybody else slide.
Yep.
But this generation, they don't have any respect. It's like we talked about this all the time. Like there was a time where guys wanted to be gentlemen. Nobody wants to be a gentleman anymore. They want to be a tough guy. Like there's the respect towards women, the respect towards kids, it's just not there anymore. It's at one of the lowest levels it's ever been. This is why these kids do the stuff that they do. There's no more. There's no respect at all. It's just it's actually really really sad.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And wasn't it didn't they spend like I don't remember the number, but some millions, right, to put Gotti away that last time?
I heard it was somewhere
$6-7 million or something.
Between the 3 trials, it was 200 million, but I think it was somewhere around 70 million for his last one.
Damn, can you imagine that shit, man? Just because, man, it's just unbelievable how that whole shit came about, like how it finished, like them giving this dude like that deal like that. That's like a deal of a lifetime the whole entire being of people. There's no sweeter deal than that. You know what I mean? 5 years you did, and you didn't even do it in jail. You did it at the FBI headquarters where they're taking you into town to get haircuts and meet your wife and have dinner, and you're able to dress, you know, in the civilian clothing, you know, and then they help you sell your property. I'm pretty sure I heard that they helped him sell his Staten Island property where he didn't have to be involved, obviously, because his situation, you know, and then fucking, you know, get released, help move somewhere else, give you a new identity, let you keep all your money. You know what I mean?
You got to use the word allegedly. But I know one thing: when he left the witness protection program, he started what? 2 restaurants, 2 construction companies. Where'd you get that? They allegedly let him keep all of that. That goes to show you. Not only did you guys cover up a lot of those murders on the count, but you also let him keep that money. You know, so it goes to show you just how they can be just as bad.
Yeah, so, then, he had a pool. He had a pool service too, I think, some type of, or he made pools. He made pools or something.
100 though. This dude had all that money and all that shit, but who the hell puts their kids to sell fucking ecstasy, bro? Who the hell does that? You know what I'm saying? That right there, bro. That right there got
fucking idiot. And then like, hey, and then like John Miller said he did the same shit to his kids that he did to John Gotti. He like just, you know, fucking basically, you know, he tried to throw it off on them like it's their fault and he was just helping them out.
Yeah.
You know, any real father that finds out your kids are involved in that, they're gonna shut that shit down. Or at the very least, they're gonna be like, okay, you owe 10,000. Okay, here's the 10,000. I don't want to hear no more about that shit. Not continue to push the shit. You know.
Yeah, with all the money that dude had, bro, they didn't have to go through that bullshit. They didn't have to do that, bro.
Karen Mulhall's right. Our tax dollars pay for that. That's the sad part.
And the rest of them too. Yep, you're right. And it's fucked up because we got no say in that matter. You know, we vote these people in from our areas, their Congress, and then the senator for the state, and then they go in there, you know, and they're supposed to be going all over the state, the senator going all through the state and the congressmen in their areas to hear the ideas of the people of what they feel is good and what's not, and then go back and put their vote in, yes or no, right? but we're over here sending all these billions of dollars and millions of dollars to these other countries for whatever reason, you know, and we got this place is a mess over here. We're homeless like crazy, you know, amongst other things, mental health, education, you know.
That's in every state.
Yeah. You know, fucking nuts. Crazy, man.
That's always been my thing with this country. We have so much that we can fix here instead of worrying about what's going on in other parts of the world. You know, but you know, we're nosy. We got to put ourselves in the mix of everything, and we forget about what exactly is going on over here.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yep.
We see it everywhere, bro. Everywhere. You drive into, I mean, if I drive into Atlanta, I can see, bro, under the underpaths, bro, you got to see the makeshift tents. You see the people on the street. It's unreal, man. Unreal.
And out of that percentage, you know how many of those are vets who served this country, and we put them in that situation for them to have mental problems and stuff like that because of the trauma that they went through. We don't take care of them. And that's a sad. These are people that fought for our freedoms, you know, fought for our rights to have our freedoms, and they're obligated to live a lifestyle like that, and we don't take care of them, you know.
Yeah, that's a whole different ball game, bro. Because it seems like nobody else sees shit like that. You know what I mean? Everything is so jacked up, man. It really is.
That the mental crisis, the mental health crisis in this country is bad, and you know, but we deal with that even with simple things as basic medical. Look at all the other countries as far as medical. Like we don't look at being diabetic. Look at insulin. Look at the prices. You know, you have Americans that can travel to Canada to buy insulin for their kids because they can't afford it.
Yeah,
or Mexico. Or Mexico.
You know,
it's crazy. Remember that the EpiPen? You know, somebody has a seizure, man. The thing went up like what? I don't remember exactly. I'm just gonna throw a number out there. I think it went up like 600% the cost for that pin. You know what I mean? Who's supposed to be able to afford that? You know, it's nuts because in the United States it's just big business. You know, pharmaceuticals is big businesses. Business, they get all the money funded. You know, these politicians get big funds from these, you know, pharma. You know, it's crazy, man. It'd be nice if everybody would be.
That's the world we live in, bro.
Do you know that we lose 60,000 Americans yearly for lack of medical? That's an extreme amount, and people don't talk about that. 60,000 Americans yearly for not having medical coverage in the most powerfulest country in the world. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's heartbreaking.
Backed up,
Bernie Sanders always puts it out there that, you know, Canada, and he usually uses Canada example about how the medical, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to figure this shit out. You know what I mean? It's man.
It's the powers that be won't allow it. Remember, they control all that. See, like not getting
that's what I mean.
To the politics. My thing with Bernie Sanders, he's been the same person saying the same thing for 30 plus years, whether you like him or not. His message has always been the same. It's always been the same. And I got to give him respect for that, you know?
Gotcha. Yep. Let's see what we got here. Ba-ba-boom. Lefty Guns.
Courtney Love is unbelievable.
trying to do something here with Lefty Guns.
Yeah, drop a link for Lefty.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna try to do right now.
Lefty's been supporting us, and we're gonna support Lefty. Lefty got a good thing, and Lefty's 100%. Always been straight.
100%. Let's see how I could do this.
You know what's funny too, man? Is I hear these people bitching and they complain about, you know, and I get it too, man. You know, when you're expecting to get your little money from your taxes, and then all of a sudden they take it because of, you know, you had Obamacare.
If you still got your email, if you could text it to me, man, on my phone, I'll put it up, or I'll send you the link.
Yeah, you know, and these people complain, you know, about, you know, they got their money taken at the end of the, you know, when they filed, they were expecting this $2,200 or whatever it was. And then they get it taken, and then they inquire, like, what happened? Why was it taken? And they find out because of Obamacare, you know, and then they're over there talking about, well, that's unconstitutional. But it's funny that when you need it and when you're in hurting, and, you know, when something comes up that it saves your life or helps you big time, then it's fine. You know what I mean? So it's a touchy subject for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to, you know, but like Carlos said, it's the powers that be, you know, and then when you call them out, you know, obviously they don't like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just, I wish, you know, something could be resolved with that. But in this day and age, man, it's just, if you're blue, I'm red, you know, or whatever the colors are, right? I can't even think right now. If you're GOP and I'm the Democrat, you know, F you, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, I just hate all that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be able to get along. This is your bet, and I don't care what's going on with the country, with the inflation and, you know, all this stuff. This place is still the best place in the world to live.
I
You know,
love this country,
you
and
know,
I would
I haven't
never let
I
somebody's
haven't lived nowhere
political
else.
difference make me look at them any different. And you get that a lot. Like on this panel right now,
Right.
you know, we're all not on the same political spectrum as far as the three of us, but that doesn't change how I look at any one of you. You know, but you get some that do that. You know, the labels are real quick. Oh, he's a liberal. Oh, he's a conservative. Oh, he's this, and the woke is like, no, stop that. I've never let somebody's choice in political change how I feel about them. Just it won't work. But at the end of the day, most of these politicians, both sides get paid by the same people. There's a website. It's called OpenSecrets.org. If you go there, it shows all the politicians and who their donors are. So the same people that are on the left and the same people on the right, they get paid by the same people. And that's what people don't understand. It's a soap opera. You know, it's a soap opera. They want you to think that they're not the best of friends. But no, at the end of the day, they both work for the same people, get the same amount of money from the same people.
Right. Right.
That's the way it is, man. I mean, everything's so different nowadays.
Lefty, he said to drop your email.
Yeah,
So
send it to my phone.
You want me to send it to you? I think it's Lefty. It's Lefty Guns Billboard. I said billiards. Damn, man, my speech is all jacked up. Oh shit! I'm trying to read something and think of something else because I got somebody in the comments asking me if I know certain people, and yeah, I knew one of the two that he asked me, and I was thinking about something.
Yeah, I love my country. We gotta love our country.
Yeah, come on now. Anybody that, I can't understand why people would say F United States and burn flags and you know.
Yeah, that right there, bro.
You know, you're entitled to your opinion about certain situations, man. But for the fact that, you know, people fought for our country, for us to have the right to our opinion and the way we feel about things, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say what I'm really thinking about. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Certain situations that happen in sports and stuff like that. You know, you might not agree with what certain people are doing, but you know, that's their opinion and however they want to handle it. And that's because of guys fighting for this country, you know?
Yeah, people have died for us to have that privilege, to have our opinions, you know? And that tends to get lost a lot of times, you know? People have paid the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedoms.
Yeah, bro, that right there, man, I'm just like, so many people do stupid shit, bro. It's not even funny no more.
Yeah, a freak show tonight. Knifer, I was with Knifer in Santa Rita in 2011. He came in, and then a little bit after he left, his son came in, you know, Anthony. And then because my family's from there, I'm related to the Narvezes. I don't know if you know any of them. Narvaez, Anthony, Jimmy, Lisa, Steven, Frankie. Anyways, they're real close with Knifer. And I heard from my cousin Lisa told me he had passed away.
Wow.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Left, I just sent it to you, brother.
Matter of fact, my cousin Lisa, who I just mentioned right now, she just passed away like 2-3 weeks ago. And she was supposed to pass away like 10 years ago, man. She had cirrhosis of the liver bad where I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, people when they start getting that cirrhosis real bad. A lot of times their faces swell
The
up
liver,
or their
yeah.
stomachs swell up because they're retaining the fluid. Yeah, and they got to go in there with like a needle and they got to take the fluid out. So she had
All
that
right,
going on,
guys.
and she's
We
a
got a guest coming on.
tough ass lady, man.
We got our guest coming on. There he is,
What
Mr.
up?
Guns.
Who's this? Is that Lefty
Guns.
Is that Lefty Guns?
Lefty
It
Guns.
is.
From Yukon?
It
All
is,
right.
man.
What's going on, guy?
What up? What up, man?
How you
How
doing?
you guys doing, man?
Lefty Guns, my brother. Good to see you.
Good shit.
Yeah, man.
That's right. Then
Want to come in
Then
here
do-
and say, you know,
I
I
don't know how to
support
pronounce it
those
right.
people who
Then-
support me.
dudes, United States is the best.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how you can hate on fucking someone who served their country like that.
Yeah, that's not flying this way.
Fucking
Hell no.
despicable.
No. We won't tolerate that. I got family that's in Jacksonville that serves. That's not happening. No.
That's the way it is.
I
bro.
have friends who lost their lives and who served, or you know, maybe missing appendages, or you know, didn't come back mentally correct after that
Yeah.
shit. You know,
Exactly.
It is what it is, man.
nah. You know, so anybody that has served, man, make sure you say thank you for your service, man. It doesn't mean a lot, man, but at least it's, you know, showing them some type of respect and acknowledgement for the sacrifices
That's
they
right.
and their fellow soldiers have made.
It does mean a lot to them. It does. You know, it does.
What I meant, Carlos, was it might not mean a lot to the person saying it.
Oh yeah.
It means a lot, you know, hearing it.
To them, it means a lot, man.
Yeah,
It is
it
what
does.
it is.
This is why many of our soldiers get so upset when we deal with that topic of stolen valor, because so many have paid the ultimate sacrifice for others to go, you know, and perpetrate a fraud on it, and it's horrible. It's not something that should be done. It should be taken seriously.
Yeah.
You didn't earn that right. You didn't earn that right.
Yeah. That's, bro, listen, that's saying, listen, you see people out there, bro. There's been times where I'm driving around with my wife and we see people, you know how they're begging for change on the side, man. And you'll see them with some army fatigues on, bro. And they're like, yeah, I was in the army, this and this and that. Vietnam, bro, the kid's younger than me talking about he's in Vietnam. What kind of stupid shit is that?
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Or
like,
they
damn.
got army
Crazy.
pants with navy shirts.
Yeah, bro, they all over the place.
Exactly, Pete the Killer.
Crazy. That's
Peter's
crazy,
on
man.
point.
I'll be right back, guys. I just got to get something to drink. Otherwise, my voice is
Or
gonna
you know,
crack
another,
out.
yeah, people
Yeah,
are lying.
man.
I mean, you can't lie. People fail to realize, man, you can't lie about things like that and other things, like even in the system. You know, I met a dude one time. He was like 30 some odd years old at the time, and he's talking about he started going to the system. And, he had a C number, and I'm like, a C number? C's came out in 1979, and they finished in 1984, 1985, and then it became D numbers. And I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
man.
you're not even nowhere old enough to have a C number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even, you know, it's just crazy. And it's like people don't feel to realize that it's so easy just to find simple things out by just asking a question or two, you know, and then you can just, you know, a lot of times you can just tell they're full of crap from the get-go, you know?
Yep.
So,
And it also takes another veteran to recognize when somebody's a fraud and bring it to attention. Like, we're not going to talk about one particular guy
same thing.
Who-
Yeah.
who's still on YouTube telling his mafia history and his military history, and it took another vet to actually bring it to his
Throw
face.
out the water. Yep.
Exactly, and
I
expose
mean,
him.
come on.
Like,
Did anybody really believe he had 300 kills?
no, we didn't believe it. But what it was is that you had regular guys interviewing him. When you have a real military person who served his country for 20 years, bring it to his attention. Then now it's clear. Now it's obvious. Now it's in your face. Here's somebody exactly. Even though we had vets from all the branches say the same thing. This guy's a fraud. Is a fraud. But these guys continue to platform him. Continue to give him light.
Yep.
Yeah. And I will
that's
say
the
this,
fucked
World
up
War II, man, my grandfathers were World War II guys. and me just knowing my grandfather and other guys from that era, that's the greatest generation, bro. I mean, I got a tip, and that's the one thing too. I used to always think about when I would be messing because my grandfather passed away, and we all called him Papa, right? Papa Joe, and he passed away in '99, and I had went to prison already, but I didn't make it a career like I ended up doing after he passed. And I would always think like, what would my Papa think, man, about the way what I'm doing? You know what I mean? And he flat out would tell you, hey, what the heck are you doing, man? What's wrong with you, man? You know what I mean? What are you, you're supposed to be taking care of your family and yourself. What are you doing, dummy? He would tell you just like that. And at the time, nobody out of his grandkids, nobody was doing that but me. You know what I mean? Nobody was going to the joint. I got a couple cousins that went to the joint, but they went once. That was it. I'm the only one that's made it, went in and out, and spent a lot of my years there.
Trips up in that joint.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I always think about that. What he would tell me, like, what he would think of me. I know he wouldn't be proud of that. I know that for sure. And that meant something to me, and at some point there, I got a grip of my bull crap, you know what I mean? And it started by me washing dishes. I never would do that, man. You kidding me? I'd be like, man, I'd rather go give me a pistol or a knife and go rob somebody than to wash some dishes, man. That was a stupid mindset I had. You know what I mean? But you got to start somewhere, bro. You got to humble yourself. You got to start somewhere, and I finally did that. And I think that's what's made me a little bit easier on my transition. By starting by washing dishes.
I was trying to get at one time because I see a lot of brothers on here that they come on and they're talking about, yeah, I got a felony, I did this, I did that, I can't get my shit together, I can't do this, I can't do that. You know what? At the end of the day, bro, I don't even want to hear that bullshit because everybody here has done it. Everybody's here has done it. Look where you're at now. You know what I'm saying? You gave it your all. The same way you were out there on the streets hustling and doing your thing, you can do it in real life and do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird, man. There's a lot of things that.
Well, yeah, but pride, man. Pride gets in the way of a lot of these guys. They don't want to start. They think they're too good to start at the bottom or start at where they should have started 20 years ago.
Yeah. They want to start at management level.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. I got a felony. I got over 20 felonies on my jacket, man. I ain't proud of it. I'm just saying, man.
And look where you at now, my brother. Look where you at right now. You're doing same thing with Carlos. Yeah. Same thing with me, bro. Listen, I never thought I was gonna be where I was, or where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I had that in the beginning. I was like, damn, I got a felony on my record. But you know what? It got to a point where I looked at my kids, I looked at myself, and I said, who's gonna do for them? Ain't nobody else gonna do for them, so that's when
it's gonna be nobody, or it's gonna be a stepdaddy instead of going to step in the picture. Because these women ain't gonna keep waiting, bro. I mean, when you get a woman that waits a couple terms nowadays, that's shocking, man. Like you don't see that like that no more.
Shit, I got you're arraignment. She's like, I got a divorce. I'm divorcing you.
Yeah. Now imagine the brothers that are in there.
Like you're dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
it's like you're dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Freak Show. My cousins that I was telling you about, Jimmy Anthony, they've already passed. Lisa just passed. Frankie passed in '97. The only ones alive is Steven. They call him Chongo. He's the only cousin that's alive from that family, those brothers and sisters, and they're all would be in their 60s. Steven right now is about 56. Yeah, I got a lot of cousins from Dodge, though. The Galarsas I'm related to. Also, the Galarsas. I got a lot of family from Oakland, Hayward. One from Newark. And,
you still keep
Fremont.
in contact? You still keep in touch with them?
Yeah. Most of them, yeah. Well, most of them passed. These are all my mom's first cousins.
Okay.
But we don't say that. We don't say, oh, well, that's so-and-so, my second cousin. They just our cousins. You know what I mean? Yeah, my family's so big. My family's so big, bro, that we got like fourth, fifth cousins that are like grown up together, that are close as hell, but they're just, because our family's so big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand. Like, my real father's side of the family, they're like that. It's not second cousin, third cousin, or like I call my grandma's sister my aunt. Even though she's like the second aunt and this and that. But my mom's side, not so much. Not so much at all. Like I don't even know like enough of my family history on that side past my mother's parents. Like on my father's side, you know, you were talking about World War II. My great grandfather was a resistance fighter and got put into a concentration camp, actually escaped, and then they put the entire family in a second concentration camp. I forgot the name of it, but it's definitely like well known, and they didn't get released till after the war. And then from Germany, when they came, you know, from the camps, they came here. And my grandmother and her relatives worked in the tobacco fields when they first got here. So
that was the struggle, bro. That's a struggle and a half, boy.
Hell yeah.
Hey, listen, we got Vladimir Putin in the chat, bro.
Oh shit. Yo, Vlad, man. No FSB. We're cool. We don't need any surprise visits. You know,
I ain't gonna get somebody who wrestles bears, bro. Fuck that.
Right? Come on, man. Just give up Ukraine. You know you don't want it. You're just being an asshole to be an asshole.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, let me say something, bro, because this has been eating out my head all day. With all the bullshit that's going on this YouTube, I do not wish anybody up in here to be locked up and put in prison.
No.
That's a straight no, because that's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying?
Never. Yep, that's right. I commend you for saying that too, because that's real shit, man. People ain't, you know, we live in the United States where it's not as bad as a lot of these countries inside, but you know what? Just the fact that you're doing time and you're not free, you're away from your people. You know, they're hurting. If you got kids, if you're close to your kids and your family, you know, they go through it. They do time with us, even though they're not actually there with us. They're actually doing time with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what's in your mind all the time, bro.
Prison is not a badge of honor. Not a badge of honor, and that seems to be a thing, especially with the young generation. They think it's cool. It's cool. It's a cool thing, and it's not. It's not. It's absolutely not. See me, when I went in for my little 3 years, I was just thankful that I had older gentlemen that got to me. They actually talked to me, and I took their advice. You know, because I was all for my lifestyle. I was all for it. Prison didn't affect me one bit. I wasn't stressed out in there. But I was told, like, you know what, this is not going to get any better. And you got to decide what you want to do. If you really, really want to spend the rest of your life here, you want to die, or you want to try to change it. And I came out, and, you know, God willing, I changed it. It's been a struggle. You know, granted, I don't have the money and all the stuff that I could have had. I would have chose to stay in that lifestyle, but I got a peace of mind. I lay down every night. I'm watching my kids grow, you know, and I don't have to worry about spending the rest of my life in there. I chose to get out of it. But a lot of times people don't take that advice that they get, you know, and I don't regret one day of my second chance. And if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it all the same way, because I got an education in there that I would not got in the street. It opened up my eyes, you know?
Yeah. And that, you know what? And that's what makes it 1,000 times better. That you get being out here, then, you know, compared to being in there, you get to see your kids grow. You get to lay down and you know, and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to feel like doing this or that tomorrow. I want to sleep in. And you can do that. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know, it's going to be a struggle, because you're going from not paying for nothing in there. You're getting your meals. They're giving you clothes, whatever, even though it's crappy. You know, if you don't really have money to go to the store a little bit here and there, you're going to have a struggle. But the good thing with the federal system is they hook you up with a job, and you're able to go, you know, I think you only have to pay your restitution every couple of months. I think it is, you know, but compared to you being free, you know, it's way worth it being free, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're going to have a struggle. You're going to have to find that job. You might take a while, you know, and I always say this, it's always a good thing to know people, because, you know, you got to know people to get put in these jobs, you know, because it is going to be rough finding a job if you try to just go legit and bounce around. You know, you can try to be honest about it, and sometimes it'll work, but a lot of times it's not going to work, you know, and then a lot of times you keep your mouth shut and you don't say you've been in trouble, you know, then when they do they hire you and you're working, they might not run your background for like 6 months, and then they find out you got a felony and shit can you.
It's a catch-22.
Huh?
You're screwed if you do. You're screwed if you don't. You know.
Yep.
I
That's the
remember
thing
when,
too. Obama
This
changed
is-
that thing where they can only go back 8 years, but I mean, how? I mean, what's to say they don't really go back and check your whole thing? I don't know how that works. You know what I mean?
like with your federal case, you can't like a federal, you can't run from it. That's gonna stay with you for the rest of your life.
Oh,
It's like
that's
when I first moved to Florida, I applied to work at UPS, and they asked if you had a federal crime. I didn't write anything. I said I will speak on it in the interview. And I remember, I'll never forget the interview process. And the guy asked me, what was it you were charged for? I explained everything what I was charged for, and I got the job. Now, a lot of jobs you won't get it, but that's the thing. You can't just stop there. Though you can't get discouraged. You'll go to 4 or 5 job interviews, and 3 of them might shoot you down, but they're that one that'll take you. You know, you just can't give it up. You got to keep it up. You got to keep that grind up. You can't get discouraged and just say, you know, screw this. I'm gonna go back to what I know. No, you don't. You keep it up. You keep on, because eventually a door is gonna open up.
Yeah, with anything in life, man, you
It
just
does,
gotta
man.
keep at it.
It does. You know what? And I'm not a holy roller, but that man up there helps a lot too, bro. I'm just keeping it real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
you know,
mom
that's
keeps
the way
telling
it
me
is,
that.
bro. That's the way it is.
Yes, sir. Hey, because when I got my job at that restaurant, man, my sister. Okay, so these people, they're not related to me blood, but we have the same cousins. So the lady that owns the restaurant, her mother, I'll just say this: her mother is Rodriguez, okay, and her mother had three brothers that had 2 of them were with 2 sisters of my grandma, and the very oldest cousin of my mom, and were married to these women, so their kids had the same last name, Rodriguez, as the owner of the restaurant. So we all had the same cousins. And then my sister said, "Hey, go in there." I talked to him, but go in there and talk to him. So I went in there and I just told him straight up what I've been up against all these years, what I had been doing, that I just needed a chance. Give me a chance. You know what I mean? And they gave me the job, man. It didn't even take them. She went back in there, spoke to her daughter and the mom, and she came back within a couple minutes saying, "Okay, we're gonna give you a chance." I worked there for a couple months. You know what I mean? But I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Washing dishes, man. I get to work, man. I'd have a load of dishes right there for me from the morning crew, because they didn't have a dishwasher in the morning. So when I get there, I'd have a big old pile of stuff already, and I just knock it out, man. I didn't complain about it. For what?
Yeah.
It's what it is, man. You go through your struggles, but at the end of it, man, like I said, at least you're able to see your kids. You can talk to them whenever you want. You can put them to bed if you want. You know what I'm saying? Not being inside there thinking about who's putting them to bed and who's doing what for them.
Yeah, and you can educate them and tell them, this is what's going to be the consequences of you choosing to live in the streets and choose that lifestyle. It's like I tell my son all the time. I was like, I want better for you. I don't want you. Don't think that everything that your dad did before and all that stuff is cool, it's fashion. I was like, no, it's a struggle. I was like, you don't want to have to deal with that. I was like, there's 2 results that end out of that. I don't want that for you. And I thank God, knock on wood, that my kids are all straight A's and they're doing good, and that I'm proud, because that's the thing. Our children are supposed to be better than we are.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
That's the way it is, bro. Yeah, and it's like I said, we see it coming from back in the day when we were being brought up. I mean, I've told Lou and Carlos my upbringing, and I didn't want my kids to come up like that. You know what I mean? So I steered them in the right path, in the right direction. And thank God, like you said, knock on wood, bro, they doing the right thing.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, dude, most parents, want their kids to succeed and do better than, they did, and try to steer them away from the mistakes they've made and shit. It's those assholes that, are terrible people that, encourage their kid to be, criminals or to follow in their footsteps, knowing that that's just a, terrible road to go down. And what's in store for them if they do that.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
it's the way it is, man. My
Hey,
kids,
you
I
got
always get front with them.
we got Bean in the in chat. That's the homeboy from Dankin and Drankin, man. He's been putting this out there a lot on showing the support.
What's up, man? Good
He
oh,
let
what
me
up,
put the link
Bean,
out there.
dude? Thanks for showing my
Huh?
guys some support here, dude. They're good guys. Good
Yeah,
guys.
I dropped your link over there too, and then I dropped his link on your show.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
they're
man.
good
Yo,
folks, man. I know I know his cousin, and I know some folk, his brother-in-law, and you know, I mean, he's good people, man.
yo, listen,
I mean?
Bean, man. I got a
And
show too. Feel free to drop the link in my channel anytime you want.
Damn.
yeah, I dropped his link in your show, and I dropped your link in his show earlier today, and I seen people going in both, so that was cool. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I came in for a minute.
Right, you came in, Carlos came in, Miss Can't Be Wrong came in, and then Wendy, baby girl Wendy came in your chat from his after I dropped the link, so that was cool.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
What's the name's asking me? Where's he at? Freak Show. He's asking me if I know Dirt from 38. So you talking about Dirt and Mud, Rego, Troy Boy's brother? Rocky, Rocky, and I got cousins from that neighborhood as well. Yeah, I know who he is. He's doing all day though. Yep.
Thanks everyone for the support. Really appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Like I said, this channel ain't gonna be that drama, fighting, arguing, keyboard tough guy shit. They don't bother me, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's enough of that to go around. So that
Yeah, man. That
There's
shit don't
enough
bother
of
me.
those channels where
drop
they
Bean.
go hang out there. You know, you guys.
I'm gonna drop Bean's link right now.
Yeah,
you
drop it
guys will
on.
always get support from me. You guys are always in my chat. You guys have always been cool, and you know it doesn't even matter. Even if we weren't cool, you guys are stand up, and you guys aren't fake fucking people pretending to be something you're not. So I can just respect that all on its own. You know.
Yo, now that we on that subject, Lefty, what'd you think of them pictures on my Instagram? You know what, man? A lot of people, when I tell them what I do for a living, they look at me and they go, "Yeah, fucking right." That's the first thing out their mouth is, "Yeah, right."
Yeah.
Carlos seen it, Lou's seen it, and now you've seen it. You know what I'm saying?
You know why? Because they're bullshitters themselves. That's why.
So if I say I did something or I'm doing something, it's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
No reason to lie. You know what I mean?
Right?
Crazy.
Exactly. I've had two separate people tell me, like, yo, you know, they've caught my thing because I ain't really like, you know, I like hanging out with you guys. You know, if somebody knows about it, they know about it. But, you know, I've had two separate people in my regular life, and they're like, yo, you really are the exact same person online as you are fucking, you know.
That's
Why wouldn't you
be here? And I'm like, well, why wouldn't I be? I blew my mind. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I fucking be? I don't know. Yeah. But you need to get those fucking blue glasses, man. But yeah, dude. Thank you guys for letting me come on tonight and chop it up with you guys over here.
Shit, we ain't got no problem with that.
But see, you're always welcome in the No Fly Zone, brother.
And listen, guys, you ain't got to worry about me. You know, if I'm aware of your show coming on, man, I'm never going to come on in a little bit. Fucking, I mean, not that it's a big deal, but, you know, I like to, you know, I tell you what, man, I like that 420 time. I might do a everyday 420.
420, there you go.
Maybe. So.
That's what's up.
All right, there you go. I dropped it. Everybody go check out Dankin and Drankin if you're into that smoking weed, kicking back with the you know, positive vibe. Go check out Dankin and Drankin with Beans, aka Bean.
What's up, man. Scotty McBooger Balls? I'm not going anywhere, so I don't know why you're saying bye, but anyways, so.
Yeah, we got some. I mean, so far, man, so good. We've had a lot of people on here that are good people, man. I've seen them in other chats. They never running their mouth. They're never going crazy, you know. So that's a plus for us.
Yeah, man. I've been shocked on my channel as well.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
Yep. You know, so as long as there's a respect hey, it is what it is.
Well, that's the thing. If you guys set a precedent, you know, and let people know, look, this is how it is in here. If you want to
Yep.
hang out in here, this is what we expect of everybody, not just
Yep.
this person on this side and that person on this side. There are no
Yep.
fucking sides, you know. There's just differing opinions.
And there's the whole thing. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. You got to respect that person's opinion, not just say, well, do as I say. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way it works. Especially on YouTube.
Yeah,
We can all agree to agree, and it's the same thing. Like I explained to people, even enemies can have a mutual respect for one another.
Yes,
It's just,
definitely.
It is. It happens all the time. You know, for instance, like in Lefty's chat, I'm hanging out and having a rapport with guys that in any other channel we would be arguing, fighting. We don't always agree, but in there we can actually be equals and show each other the same respect and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's what I want here too. You know, I don't want to block everybody. I don't want that narrative, because then that'd be the next thing. Oh, you can't go over there because they block you and they block you. No, as long as you're respectful, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
That's it. That's it.
Hell yeah.
I just take that, you know, I just take it to where it's a street level thing. When you start saying somebody's a chomo or somebody's a rat, yo, you need to come up with some facts on that one, because that
Chicago Muscle, what's up, man? Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Absolutely. Like, yo, in my chat, if someone does some shit like that, I'm always like, yo, if you got some paperwork, post that shit. Otherwise, drop it.
Yep.
You know?
And that's the thing. Anybody could say it. Anybody could go out there and say, oh, so-and-so's this. So, nah, man, you got to bring facts with that. You can't just throw it out there.
Sure, they use the same fucking 3-4 insults for everyone on Mob too. You know, it's just recycled. Like, oh, this one doesn't fit for this one, we'll use this one. You know.
Yep.
No.
You know, you got to keep it real. I mean, there's a lot of people that catch a lot of slack online, you know, for like stupid shit, bro. And it's YouTube. You know what I mean? It's YouTube.
And it's like the accusations. If you're gonna accuse, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're saying. You know, because it's actually wrong. It's like, for instance, today I had a guy comment, and he said, I used to respect you. I used to respect your mindset, but now you're a rat lover. And what it was there's a particular guy that has my first name and my last name, except it's Munoz with an OZ instead of me with an IZ. So I told him, you know, I said, what happens is you guys are confusing me with that individual. I'm Carlos Munez with an IZ, not Carlos Munoz with an OZ. I was like, my stance has always been clear. I was like, I do not support rats, government cooperating witness. Never have, never will. I was like, but you guys are confusing me with this guy. I was like, that's a bad bone. Don't put that on me. I take pride in the fact I'm the same person I've been. You can go back and watch videos from months ago. My message has always been clear, you know. Granted,
that Carlos you're referring to, is that the one that he's friends with Jimmy?
Yeah, he goes on Jimmy's show, so they think then that's me. And they're like, oh, one day you're pushing this, but next you're over there. Like, no, that's not me. Totally two different people.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's
no, it's just ignorance, man. It's just ignorance.
Well, I mean, look at the comment we got the other day.
It's the same thing. You know, I get tired of saying.
Look. Lou, what were you saying? Hello.
I was gonna say that it's just the same. It's the same shit, man. We just keep saying the same thing over and over again about, you know, that's how you know these guys ain't about that shit, man. You know,
man,
just opening their mouths and then, you know, that's the thing too, man, with you know, in California, you get in big trouble with your peoples, man. If you don't do a thorough, you know, if you're gonna look into something about somebody and you don't do it thoroughly, where you know, from the last name M-U-N-I-Z and M-U-N-O-Z, if you make a mistake like that, you're gonna get something put up in you, man. You know what I mean? You know, like the Nicky Guido thing, you know, they got the wrong guy, you know, that type of shit. When you know, okay, let me give you an example, man. One time something kicked off in DVI in the reception center, man, and it was the white dudes had an issue with some blacks, right? Well, they ended up stabbing this dude, was a black dude, but he didn't run with blacks, he ran with the northern Latinos, right? And they stabbed him. So now that kicked off they ended up kicking off a vicious riot, right? Where some stabbings and stuff happened. Now, for the fact that this guy did that and you weren't aware of who was who, regardless of the color of his skin, you should have known by paying attention to your awareness of who this man ran with. You know what I'm saying? And they made that big old mistake. You know?
Yeah.
It's a trip, man, how that happened. But yeah, man, you got to be on top of your game, man. You can't be half stepping. You got to go full force, invest in your investigation about who's who and what's what. The 5 W's, man. Who, what, when, where, and why. You know what I'm saying? And just because that name is the same first name and the first 3 initials are the same and the last initial is the same, but that 4th initial is different.
Yeah.
I and O. It's a dumb mistake. Yeah, it's a common mistake you can make, but when it comes to you putting something out there like that, calling a man that, that's just, you guys know how I feel about that. It just gets tiring saying it over and over again, but these are the caliber of people that we're dealing with, or that we're subject to, or whatever you want to say.
But it's mistakes like that. Like you brought up the whole Nikki.
You guys know how I feel about that. You guys feel the same way.
That kid lost his life on Christmas, sitting in a brand new car that he had as a gift, because these dirty cops decided that they had the wrong information and passed that on. And here goes this innocent guy. He lost his life because of that. And you get that all the time, and that happens. And when you have a certain principle and a belief, and somebody says that, like me, I really take that to heart. There's a lot of things you can say about me, but I take pride in the fact that I'm not a rat. I don't believe in that. I stand for certain things. So when you go and you make accusations on somebody's honor, that's part of my own personal honor. I live by respect, honor, and loyalty. And I take those principles serious. So when you get accused of that, it really bothers, But it becomes the norm with a lot of these guys. Really.
Yeah. They just want to spit shit out their mouth, bro. That's all it is.
Yep, I see Bean in the chat. Bean. Welcome to the club. Hey, Bean, you know what I'm saying? If somebody with their big mouth comes out and accuses somebody of being a rat or a child molester with no paperwork, what ends up happening to that person? You know what I mean?
They get hurt.
He'll tell you.
Yeah, you get hurt. You get seriously hurt.
You get a new job.
Look what we got going on today. There's a subscriber, and we brought this up the other day, and I'll bring it up again. Walter Subtract. Here goes a guy who's been in this community for so long, who's been respectful with everyone. He's being accused of being a homo by this lowlife that stays in his car. And it's like, they don't understand.
Asshole.
Words have meanings. They have meanings. You just can't say stuff like that. You can't do that,
Yeah, no, that's a straight violation, bro. You know how they work with that. It is what it is, and it's only a matter of time before karma catches up. Somebody, unfortunately, and we all know it, there's a bunch of nut jobs on YouTube that hit the heart real bad.
Yeah, but what's gonna happen is if they even see this dude, he's like a turtle,
Yeah.
Looks all big and fucking bad, gets all loud and fucking shit like that. But dude, any confrontation, man,
he don't look big and bad at all. I don't know who thinks he looks big and bad.
Look big and bad, but his actions and his words on cameras and shit, the way he talks.
I will fold that motherfucker. I will fold that fucking jive ass turkey.
So would I at my weight.
I know people are gonna say, "Oh, you're a tough guy now." You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, like
I backhand them and lay them out.
Maya Angelou wrote that, and she said it decades ago. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. He has proven to be who he is, and the fact that all these other guys can hate him 1 minute and then kiss his butt the next, that doesn't help that situation, And that's what we get a lot and coming from that genre is that you're also known on who you stand for and what you stand by. You know, have something, have some principles. You know, these guys wanna play back and forth because of some likes and some views. Stand for something.
Well,
Stand
that's
for
good,
something.
Thank
That-
you,
That's
man.
that's the thing though. The man don't stand for nothing. He still expects his mama to fucking take care of him. You know what I mean? You're supposed to
Yeah.
be taking care of her, helping her out. Not
It's gotten
mom, go
to
give
the
me a
point
piece of
where
pocket.
it's gotten to a
Ridiculous. You got
point
it
where that
twisted,
dude
bro.
is a hustle.
Lou,
That's
that's
all
what
it
I'm
is.
telling you. That's why I told you guys, man.
Yeah.
This fucking uncle who died, man. He could have been Tony Pizza's fucking twin brother. Calls me right after, my dad passes away. Sends me a text message, and I knew my dad told me, before he died, he goes, please, he goes, stay here, with your grandma, take care of your grandmother. Your shitbag uncle's gonna come back, right? So this dude's calling me cocked, slurred speech, can't even get words out normal, and saying, oh, I need to come back down there to Connecticut to fucking help out around there, help with grandma, help with mom so that, I'm like, what the fuck are you going to help with? All you're going to do is cause trouble, drama, and fucking steal from her. What the fuck? And that's exactly what happened. But she didn't have the heart to, kick her last son out that was alive on the street, no matter what the fuck he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like living like, yo, that's why I fucking Tony Pizza, dude, just strikes a real nerve with me. But
See, he's a grifter. He has a hustle, and he's working that hustle, and he's continued to work that hustle. And it's just a shame that the people that support him, they don't know no better. But that goes to show most of, even though no matter how much they try to dress themselves up, there has to be a certain inner despicable thing inside you that allows you to attach yourself to something like that and back it up, and they do all the time.
But look at that dude, Johnny Mac, man. All right, so that shit, all right, besides his people backing him up, that shit blows my mind. But then, what really blows my mind are all his little followers that he fucking kicks to the curb. And then all of a sudden, all his followers that get kicked to the curb have this great enlightening, and fucking now Tony Pizza's terrible. What a fucking horrible human being. How could he say those things? Oh, I left here when they did this or that. Like, dude, what the fuck were you doing in there to begin with? I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, so I told that question I put to Bean about somebody that's calling somebody that a chomo or a rat without paperwork, and he says yes. I said, what would happen? He says yes, all bad. And then he said, you got to have that paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And I think that goes for any state or any place in the United States, I'm pretty sure by now, because back in the day, people would say that and they would act without having the P-dubs, the paperwork, and then it became an issue, because you just can't move on somebody from hearsay, or because, and a lot of times it's usually the person has a vendetta, a personal problem with that person. So they'll smut them up, they'll put some shit on them,
They're the confidential informant.
That happens a lot. It still happens. It still happens. But usually, most likely 9 times out of 10, you won't get, I wouldn't even say 9.75. You're not going to get moved on without no paperwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing. See,
It's
at
crazy,
least inside, you can vet somebody. It's not difficult. Everybody got to have it, like in the Fed, you got to have your paperwork. You got to have your PSI. You got to have your minutes, your child transcripts. You got to have all of that stuff. And most guys that don't have it, but if you're lucky enough to have a good rapport with a correction officer, he'll be the first one to let you know, like, this guy's no good, And that's the best way you have.
The only time now there might be a little situation is if you're being transferred to another joint and they don't give you your property right away in R&R. Now that happens sometimes for whatever reason. The property officer's not there. They only let certain officers in R&R. R&R stands for receiving and releasing. I think in the feds it's called R&D, I think.
You gotta
everybody coming in or leaving everybody that comes in and out has to go through R&R. Okay, so sometimes that property officer's not there. You might have to wait a day or two, maybe 3 days, and that'll be the only time that you get a pass on not having your paperwork right then and there. And in the state prison in California, it's called your LSS, which stands for your legal summary status sheet. You know, it's your paper and it has all your arrest history on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or you also get your 128G from your either your UCC or your ICC committee, which stands for Unit Classification Committee. That's your UCC, and your ICC is your initial classification committee. And it'll have even your arrest history. So even if you're arrested, but you weren't convicted or they dropped the charges, it'll still be on there. You know what I mean? And that's how you. So what happened is you'll be put on. You'll be SB. You'll have a security blanket on you. You'll have 2 guys on you at all times escorting you, and you'll have your hands visible and your lock and your razor blades and like your razors to shave. All that will be taken from you until you get fully cleared by your peoples. You know what I mean? And then you'll get that stuff back.
When I got to Allenwood, they kept me in the hole for 4 days until my PSI got there. Because they weren't going to take a chance that I could have been a rat and put me out in the compound and then I get dealt with. You know, but they won't release you until your paperwork is there.
Yep. Yeah, that happens too in state prison. But now, because of technology, before your file would come from Sacramento to whatever reception center, and it's literally a file, you know, like a book, depending on how much time you've done and how much trouble you've been in. Obviously, it'll be fatter, you know. But now it's done on the I think it's called Psalms. Yeah, Psalms, and everything's over the computer, so you don't have that problem. But yeah, you can drive up to a pin and your file didn't come. Your C file is called your central file, and for short, it's called C file. And if it didn't come to that joint from Sacramento, or if you were already in one prison going to another prison, if it wasn't on the bus with you, then they'd put you in a hole until they got it. You know what I mean? So same thing like Ricardo was saying, it's just different words, different letters. You know what I mean? But yep, you're exactly on point right there. That's true shit right there. You know,
they got to do like Puerto Rico, right, Carlos? When they come in, they go into the pen, bro.
From the door.
The COs go up to the cats and tell them, if you went in for child molestation, you done. They'll let the head know. Puerto Rico. Tell them straight out, yo, get them out. If the CO says nope, you ain't gonna find a dude, bro. You ain't gonna find them. They just done.
Oh yeah.
Done.
Yeah. What the fuck they making the bodies disappear in prison?
Yo, bro, listen, there was one, I remember when I was younger, there was one dude that disappeared and they couldn't find this dude. He didn't escape, couldn't find him. Something happened with the plumbing. And when they looked, they went down and checked. There was
body parts down the plumbing. Yep.
Yeah, they crushed. They smashed the skull into pieces. They smashed the bones. They take their time, smash the bones into pieces, and flush little by little.
Yep.
Hey, the Cubans. There were some Cubans that were killing people in the federal system. I don't remember what year it was, but I heard all about that. And the same thing. They were chopping up the pieces, flushing them down the toilet, get rid of the body parts by all means necessary.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Was that around your time, Carlos, or was that before? Or after?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine like construction or some shit, you know, if they're doing that, but
crazy, man. Crazy.
The shit they do is unreal, man.
Because remember when Castro opened up the flood,
a fucking body is not even to mention they're cutting it up. What are they gonna do? Break it apart? You know?
Because when Castro let all those people out of the prison, they were all prisoners. They weren't doctors and lawyers. He sent criminals over here.
He sent the worst to the worst.
Yeah. And I can think right now.
Amongst them, there were good, decent people. But the majority he sent the worst. He took out nutcases. He took out the psychos. He took out the mass murderers. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an era. Remember that era? What Miami turned out to be for a while, a long time.
Right. There was a cat that got sent over here to Stockton, and his name, he went by the name. Oh, I guess it was his name, Pacheco. And he's this dude. One homeboy told me that he was a connection, right? And he was selling heroin over here. This homeboy named Jesse was going to his place, and he thought it was a cow that he had on the floor in his kitchen, covered up. He thought it was a cow, but come to find out it was bodies. And what he was doing was he was meeting up with the connections, and he would kill them and take what they had. You know what I mean? And then he went to the pen for life, but he tried to pull some stunt move where he was wiping his shit all over the cell walls and all that, trying to get a crazy trying to be considered insane or whatever and not competent for trial.
That
crazy.
Insanity plea.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Sam Larson and Miss Can't Be Wrong.
Oh
Back,
yeah.
I guess she's back in. I think I'm pretty sure she was here before.
Take it easy, Chicago.
Yeah,
Miss
good night, brother.
Miss Can't Be Wrong absolutely rocks. I love Miss Can't Be Wrong.
Oh yeah, Miss Can't Be Wrong's the shit.
Yep. She's awesome. She is awesome. Yep. Miss Angel too. Miss Angel's.
Yes, sir.
Miss Angel as well, man. That's crazy, man.
She's a queen. I love Miss Angel. She has a beautiful soul. A beautiful soul.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucked up. I brought this up earlier in the chat. I don't know if you guys seen it, but man, all the Gotti men, bro. John J. Gotti, the father. Peter Gotti, they died in there, right? Gene went and did 30 years on a 50-year plea, came out, kept his mouth shut. You got his other brothers, Richard and Vincent, right? You got Richie's son. You got John A. Gotti, Jr. Gotti, right? You got freaking Peter's son, John. He's in there. They all do their time with their mouths shut like man. And you got these little fucking munchkins, Sammy the Rat and freaking John A. Liar.
Yeah, bro.
Trying to make jokes and shit about these people. And they did their time standing up, bro. You know what I mean? Standing up, you know. It's crazy. You know, come on, man. John A. Gotti, John Angelo Gotti, the son, a.k.a. Junior Gotti. This man went to 4 trials. One of them was a death penalty with that little schmuck A. Liar, you know, went and ratted on him. And then, I don't know if you guys seen this not too long ago. I don't know if it was Tom's show or whose show it was on, but he said that he would shake John Jr.'s hand and he wouldn't mind sitting down talking to him. Are you freaking serious? You really think that John Gotti Jr. is going to sit down with you after you tried to help the government put him to death? Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy. That's insane, man.
I bet you Junior really wishes he put 2 in the back of that dude's head and just instead of slapping him around and chasing him out in the early 90s. He's like, oh man, if there was one guy I should have whacked.
I mean, but
and that's the thing with John A. Gotti.
But I mean, you think
he's not paying him no mind? He's not paying him no mind. Not at all. Not at all. He doesn't feed into that. Nope. That man is secure in his own shit.
That's why he keeps bringing his name up.
Yeah.
That's why he keeps bringing his name up. And look, John Jr. went to trial. John Jr. went to trial. Hung jury. Then he goes again. Mistrial. Hung jury. And then again. You know what I mean? All this money he's got to keep paying his lawyers. And then they try to put a death penalty on him. And then again, mistrial, hung jury. And fucking people are saying he's a rat. Come on, man. Are you serious? They try to financially cripple this man. They try to bury him. You know what I mean? You really think if he really was a rat that none of that would even happen? You know, maybe the first one, maybe the second one. You figure he would have tapped out by then and be like, okay, what do you guys want to know? Leave me alone. You know what I mean? You guys are killing me financially, you know? And he still fucking stood there. You know, it's just, it's crazy, man. Because these people, I've already heard somebody say, you know, I was only looking at 3 years or I was only looking at 2 years, you know, and then it come find out, didn't even do no time. And then you got somebody else questioning, but, you know, if I was looking at 20, who knows? Like, first of all, you should keep that to yourself. You know what I mean? Second of all, we already know that these people going to court that many times would have peed on themselves, would have fucking shitted on herself, and they would have told on everybody and their mama.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yo,
just crazy.
People don't realize how stressful trial is.
Yeah. Fuck. I've never been to trial. I've been to prelim. I've been to a prelim, and that was enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't looking at I was just looking at 5 years something, and I was willing to take the time, but I didn't want them trying to suspend my license for life because the cop tried to say I tried to run them over with the car. Which that's not what happened. So when I told my lawyer, I said, look, I'm not tripping on the 5 years, 4 months. I go, but I don't want this shit with my license. So he went back, talked to the DA, came back, said, hey, I got good news for you. I'm like, what is it? He goes, not only is she willing to not turn in no paperwork to DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, about, you know, me using the car as a weapon. He goes, there also came down 2 years on your plea deal. I said, let's go. Let's run it right now. You know, and I got 3 years, 4 months out of it.
Yeah,
it's like
I can't imagine what, you know.
It's like what Junior went through. People, not only the trials, the diesel therapy. I don't think there are many people that truly understand what diesel therapy is. You don't get situated. You get shipped to every federal prison there is. You go through the whole intake, the whole process, and it's finally when you get to whether it's a cell in the hole or whatever,
They
they
shower and shit.
they
They
pack you back up,
Going again.
and you go through the
Time to
same
leave.
process over and over again. You don't get in contact with your family because you're not there long enough. It will mentally destroy you. I've seen the effects of diesel therapy with friends of mine that eventually made it back, and they weren't the same. They weren't the same. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. It's really hard. And they tried to do everything to break him, like they did his father. You know, and I gotta respect that. You know, and then
He had a
with-
kidney-
diesel
and with a
therapy,
kidney
the whole
infection,
for
kidney
fucking
infection.
extended periods of time, man.
He had a kidney infection, bro. And all these trials, he went through all these trials, and within like what, 3 years or a little less than 3 years. You know
2
what I mean?
years.
Yeah, and look, I've never been on diesel because I've never been to the feds, but I know how rough it was to get up at 2 a.m. and be, taken down to R&R, give your little punk ass peanut butter sandwich, and get on the bus at 6 a.m. And we're only going to, like, from DVI, we'd go up north to Folsom, and then Jamestown, then Folsom, and then we swing back around and stop in Vacaville, right? And then from there we might go down to Avenal where we get off Corcoran area, and just that alone was like 10 hours. Then you're sitting in R&R when you get there for another 4 or 5 hours. That shit is exhausting, and that's only one day. I can't imagine doing it over and over again across country. That shit's crazy, man. It just wears you out because the first thing you want to do is go to
day
sleep.
out, week in, week out.
It's crazy, man.
Salute to John A. Gotti for being a man.
Definitely.
I wanted to ask Miss Angel if they actually call him at home, because I don't think they do. I don't think they call him John Jr. I don't think they call him Junior. I would like to ask that though, because they don't have the same middle name. You know what I mean?
I think she's answered that, but we'll ask her again.
Yeah. Because he's John Angelo. The dad is John Joseph. You know what I mean? And actually, the dad is really Junior. He was named after his father, and when he was younger, they used to call him Junior.
Bro, I don't know if y'all can answer this one, but what I don't get is that you got a lot of people on here that they were sweating John Gotti, sweating him. You know what I'm saying? He's this, he's that, he's that. I give that man the utmost respect. He did his time, everything. Now, with them people that loved him, why are they on YouTube bad-mouthing his daughter and his son? You know what I mean? For a man you so-called respected, you're messing with his kids?
It's because it's something that's inside that's lacking. That's lacking, and it's sad. Like again, like I don't see it. I can never go at women. I can't. I don't recognize it, But it's this generation, like they don't want to be gentlemen anymore. Everybody wants to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
Cowards, man.
Well, that's like, like what the time I heard about the kicking babies and all this bullshit. That's not how we did it when we were growing up, bro. That was
I like.
Oh yeah. So I mean, when you say shit like that, it just goes past everything. Because when we were out there,
what do you mean by kicking? What do you mean kicking babies?
He was making something about slapping babies or something. Lefty, you remember that, right?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I gotta take some drink.
I'll explain it real quick, Lou. He was on his video talking, and he said, I'm about that. I'm the type to kick your baby out of the stroller.
Yeah. Besides beating women and fucking raping women and all sorts of other fucked up shit.
But that's gangster to these clowns. That's gangster. Again,
Yo, you know what someone said to me today? They go, "Oh, but he did 12 years in prison." I go, listen. I don't know if he did 12 fucking years, but I go, yo, he stabbed a kid as an adult. I said, that's not fucking gangster. People fuck up all the time and do pussy shit and get locked up.
I don't see that.
But no, what I'm trying to say
just by you not saying who you really are, bro, that shows right there. Now, if you come out saying I'm half this and half that, I can respect that. But when you can't even say who you really are, I mean, what does that say about you?
Right?
That's crazy. That's enough said for me.
real street cats, and if
You can't even
remember,
have enough
Carlos,
respect
I
for
think you could
yourself.
agree with me on this one. When you were out in the street, you had a beef with somebody, you didn't go after their mother, you didn't go after their kids, you didn't go after nobody in that family, you went after him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if I seen you walking with your moms or your dad or whatever, they ain't no
Pass.
beef.
You got to pass.
They
You're
ain't no
supposed to
beef.
get a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're with
You with your
family,
kids, you with your mama, and you with your kids, or you. It's obvious you're with an elderly person or somebody that's older than us.
You don't
You're
step
supposed to
shit
get a
like
pass
that.
Find
and
you.
get them the next time you can get them.
maybe your cousin's by himself, he ain't getting a pass. But
He by himself,
But-
that is his on and popping. But I
But
mean,
this-
I guess
Because
that's
what's
the way
going to end up
people are.
happening? Because what's going to end up happening if you hurt that kid on accident or so-called accident because you're being reckless, or an elderly person, his grandmother or grandfather, or his mother, and she's elderly, you're going to be in trouble, man. You're going to be in straight trouble because you're not, for one thing, you're not supposed to do drive-bys over here, and another thing, you're supposed to get out and handle it like that. But you're supposed to give them a pass, man. And you're gonna have to answer to somebody.
And it was never none of this yelling and screaming at each other on the phone or this and that, blah, blah, blah. It was, listen, I see you when I see you. Boom. That was it. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's internet gangbanging. That's what it is, and it's comical. But
hiding
also,
behind multiple names and fake photos and shit. Pussy shit.
this is another thing I want to address. I am so sick of hearing this nonsense that if you were never in that situation, you don't know what you would do. It's real simple. You go tell that to the men like Senior who took theirs. That's a convict mentality. Is you're in this. You choose to live this life, you deal with the consequences. Anybody that uses that excuse and says you don't know what you won't do until you're in that situation, that's a rat excuse. Because you know what? A man that stands on his toes understands that from the get. He wouldn't even bring up that question. He wouldn't even pose that question. But you get all these guys that say, oh, I had a little bit of background in here and a little background of this, but I'll ask you this question. Save it. Save it. Don't even let it run out of your mouth, because if you're a stand-up man and are true to that honor code that's inside of you, that is already answered.
Yep.
You take your weight, period.
Yep.
All right. Anthony Elios, welcome.
You're willing to
Nelson.
do
I don't
the
know
crime, man,
his
dude.
name's
Yo,
Nelson.
stand 10 toes and do that fucking time if you get caught. Yeah.
Only a civilian will answer that question. Only a civilian will pose that question. Only.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I give, it's like I said, I give a lot of people their respect. Coming on YouTube ain't an easy thing. You know what I mean? Because you got people coming at you from everywhere. But at least keep
not
it
everyone's
real.
gonna like everyone,
Yeah, at least keep it real. If you keep it real with people and you keep it respectful, you shouldn't have these issues. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is to me, in my eyes.
Yeah, but then you got with real people, absolutely, Nelson, absolutely. But then you got these fake ass motherfuckers who, are putting on a persona or, acting this way, or, they want to feel like they're important, big badasses, and they don't have that in their regular life. So they get that shit on here, or they just fucking hate their lives and, hate anybody who, they think might enjoy their lives a little more than themselves.
Yeah, it is what it is. But on a side note, I'm gonna start selling keyboards with no fly zone on them. You keep them in your car.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
He's got jokes.
That's what we gonna do. We ain't selling no bats, no knives. We selling keyboards.
Boy, baby.
And over on Lefty Guns channel, we'll sell masks with a giant question mark that you can put over your face to come on live.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. See who's here. Anthony Elios is here. Danny Stories.
Danny
Anthony
Stories, salute.
Incognito.
I'm gonna put your channel up.
Anthony Incognito, OC 712, 714. Excuse me. He came over from one of the other channels too. Either Prisoners Awakening or Dankin' and Drankin'.
Yeah, we gotta drop that link.
Dankin' and Drankin'.
We're gonna shoot up them links, man. Like I
Yeah,
said,
speaking of Gainey
Yeah.
stories,
Prisoner's Awakening. I don't got the link. But it's called A Prisoner's Awakening. He's a brother out of Southern California that did a pretty good little stretch. I think between 10 and 15 years, I believe. Might have been a little bit longer. Because I heard him say he went in at 18, I think, and he's like 36 now. So he might have done about 16, 17, 18 years. But he's all about positivity too. He don't glorify the gang life, the prison life. He tells his stories, as far as being inside, what he's been through and what he's seen, but he's not glorifying it at all.
Yeah, I got you.
I respect that.
And then again, everybody, tomorrow I'm supposed to be coming on Blood on the Razor Wire with Chad Marks.
Salute to Chad Marks.
About 4:30 Eastern time. Let me see if I can find
We'll be checking it out.
What T. Megan said. T. Megan says, Carlos, what about Fat Pete? Where Gas Pipe went after him and his family members because he was afraid Chiodo would flip. Yeah, that was a bad deal all together, man. And I think John Gotti gets the bad rap for bringing down the mob, so called. But when you had Gas Pipe and a Musso, signing off on all these senseless killings and attempted killings. Because he had a dream or whatever, and then you had Nicky Scarfo up in Philly going after everybody named Mama that was doing crime and wanted to cut, and he was, he went after Riccabini and a lot of other guys, and it got out of hand, bro. And I think a lot of that had more to do with the mob situation in the late 80s, early 90s than John Gotti.
Like, dude, no one knows why they killed Patty Testa. That dude was loyal as
fuck.
Patty Testa? Patty Testa, yeah.
I don't know, but I heard Frank Lastarino had an issue with him, and he kept going to Musso, and Musso kept telling him no. And then when Musso got busted, he went at Gas Pipe about doing it, and Gas Pipe didn't give a crap, and they did it.
Really?
That's what I heard. I read that somewhere, and then I think it was a blog I read it on, and then I heard somebody say it too.
Huh.
But never gave a reason why. Lastarino didn't like Patty Testa.
A lot of it could have been something about business. That's how these guys work. A lot of times it'll be a simple business thing, and they take it up. But Gas Pipe was the type that even if, no matter how much money, you could have been an earner. If he thought for 1 minute that there was a chance that something might go wrong, his solution was real simple: put him to sleep. Scarfo was the same way. They had some that everything was kill.
Yeah,
as their solution.
Because look who they went after. Fat Pete Chiodo. He was a capo regime. He was an earner, right?
In the windows.
They went after the whole Jersey, all the Jersey guys. Tumac Asaturito, or however you pronounce it, Asaturo. There you go. He was a money maker. The problem was that Duck Carrallo was legitimately a good leader. He was like, man, I'm filthy rich. I don't need to be bleeding these guys. Let them eat. Let them earn. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he was only collecting so much money a year from Tumac out of New Jersey, and Gas Pipe and him, they wanted 50% of what they made, and that's crazy. 50%.
Yeah.
You see that?
They had a ton of money. They had a ton of money as well. So it was like, like Big Paul. He wanted more. He wanted more, and he had legitimate businesses, a ton of legitimate businesses. That he was a multi-millionaire over I don't know how many times. And he just wanted more.
He had green eyes.
Too fucking greedy, yo.
Right.
Paul Castellano had more than green eyes, yo. He had green fucking skin, dude. He was Shrek with that.
Green eyes, green blood vessels and arteries. And
I got a question that just came up. Carlos, you want to answer it?
What was the question?
Any rules for this chat?
As long as you come in here and you're respectable. And my biggest thing is, do not come in here and go at women. And you can call me a white knight. I prefer a gentleman. As long as you don't come in here and go at women and the mods, and you're respectful, anybody's welcome. Anybody. Yeah. I personally won't allow it. Even if they did something wrong, you're not gonna come at women. You're not.
Or you get smoked, right, guys?
You get smoked.
But everybody's welcome here. Everybody.
That's one thing we said it from get, man. Everybody's welcome, as long as they have a little respect, man. We good to go.
And Lefty's chat is a perfect example of me being in the chat with people that don't agree with me or anything or some things I've said or done, and we could still be in there and coexist. So you can't say that, oh, well, so and so's in the chat. Well, if he ain't attacking you or attacking anybody,
Nah,
hey,
man, it is
you
what
could
it
be
is.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. There's been so many different times and so many different things in my chat where so many different people I never would have thought, either could coexist or even just communicate back and forth respectfully, and have done so.
Well,
I mean,
that's
some
the
of
job.
them
That's
have
what you're
even,
supposed to.
come to a common understanding with certain issues. So
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be done, man. That's all. It's
it
a class,
is. It
man,
is.
you know.
It got. MobTube got off track.
Yeah. There's a
So
lot of there's a lot of creators who are good, man. I ain't gonna put that down. They good. They do good interviews. They do all kind of stuff. If you
yeah,
stick to that, you're good, man.
exactly. Try to keep out of the bullshit. Keep out of people's problems and beef. Let them deal with that shit themselves. Someone needs to moderate. Fine, someone moderate that shit. Work it out, or fucking drop it. You guys aren't gonna fucking work it out, then fucking drop it.
Leave it alone.
Live your own fucking lives. Stop fucking obsessing.
I don't know, man. I got some of the good moderators up in here, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Carlos dropped the link. Carlos just dropped the link to Blood on the Razor Wire. Go and check him out, man. He's doing positive stuff. He's played a big part in the second chance act that Trump ended up putting in motion.
Really?
I'm not as sure exactly what his title was, his role in that. He told me. I want to say he struck up the first articles of it or something like that. And he's a good legal analyst, or however, you know what I mean. He's got his own little legal firm, and he's doing good work for prison reform, man. And he was doing 40 years, and he got it turned over to 20 years, pretty much time served, and then was released. But he's been getting a lot of guys out lately, and he's doing good stuff. So I'm looking forward to sitting down with him tomorrow. And
dude, that's commendable, man.
Yeah, go check him out. Check him out. Check out some of these other links that Carlos put. Lefty, of course. Dankin and Drankin, Danny Stories.
Oh yeah, speaking of Danny Stories, man, I caught him. He came on here with you guys. I subscribed
Donnie and the
to
Smiths. Those two, go check them out too.
Donnie and the Smiths, yeah.
I'm gonna drop that link again.
I want
the link one more time.
Stool Pigeons and the Queen, my brother.
Stool Pigeons?
Who?
Stool Pigeons, my brother. Awesome dude. No, he's in the comment section. Him and his queen. His wife is awesome. Both great people.
Oh,
okay. Absolutely. Shout out to them. Feel free to stop in my channel and drop your link if you want. Next time I go live.
I'm gonna
have
dude,
I'm all for anybody that's not for drama or that's doing their own thing and being creative or fucking is spreading positivity or some shit like that, man. For real.
You see,
Blue, what's the matter? You singing over there, bro?
No, I'm saying it out loud. The letters to the link.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you used to hit me all the time. You're falling asleep over there, remember?
Yeah, remember I hit you with that. Stop falling asleep, and I had some wannabe come at me. I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah, I paid him good money.
Don't fall asleep on YouTube, man. Oof.
Oh,
yeah, don't fall asleep. No.
Good.
No.
Next thing you know, you'll have videos made of you. They'll be like, "Oh shit,
No.
Nelson!" I got 3 videos already of me, and I think Carlos got a couple of him already. Shit.
I've had videos done on me a while ago. That it don't bother me.
Yeah, me too. You're doing something right.
I'm gonna tell you what, bro. If they want videos of me and they want to get pictures of me, all you got to do is go on to Walking Dead, go on Ozark. You could go to Red Notice. You can watch all them flicks and get all the pictures you want of me.
Yep.
That's right. If you guys didn't know, Nelson you know, does some work as a extra for The Walking Dead and other television shows.
Yeah,
And video, and he's been in
I do
music
music
videos.
videos, all of that stuff. So that's my forte now.
Yeah, man, that's you know, that's an interesting, you know, lane altogether on its own, man. You could talk about. You're more than welcome to hop on my channel if you want to talk about it on there. You know, if you want to get rid of these jokers and come to a winner's channel.
This is the last season, so after it's done, then I can talk about it.
What is Angela talking about? She said,
come to
I
Lefty's
recognize
channel. Pop some spoilers off.
Angela says, I recognize Kane Shay's voice, but can someone tell me who everyone else is, please? I think one is also Carlos. Last time they said, okay, Carlos, Big Lou, and what they say, Cuban Link, or what they say, something like that, or Cuban. No, they said Cuban, Big Lou, and Carlos.
Yeah, I work on The Walking Dead since season 10.
So Angela, this is me with the avatar. Angela rocks. Angela, that's a tough cookie right there. Angela's gonna tell you about yourself real quick.
Yes, you got Nelson at the top left. You got me at the top right, Big Lou. Nelson at the left, Big Lou at the right. Bottom left is Lefty Guns.
Righty.
And bottom right is Carlos Muniz. I just had to laugh because the other day we got somebody saying Colin had the names all mixed up too. Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Kane Shades, is that me?
I guess so. I mean, they called you Cuban last time. I guess so. I'm not sure.
Angela, that's Nelson Pad 51. That's not Kane Shades.
Angela, no. Kane Shades, Nelson. Kane Shades. Nelson, Carlos, Big Lou, Lefty is on screen now.
Righty. Carlos. There you go.
So it's called the Smiths Haunted Ghost Tube. No
yeah, people go subscribe to the Smiths. They are awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Lefty got that Johnny Depp Brasco mustache. You know what? I like a Tom Selleck mustache or Sam Elliott. Those are some real good brochas. Brushes.
Donnie, get rid of the mustache. It's no good. You got to get rid of it, Donnie. It's no good.
Yeah, brocha is a slang over here for mustache, like your brush. And then a regular way to say mustache is bigote.
Bigote, yeah.
What do you guys say over there in New York? Just bigote?
Bigote, yeah.
Yep, yeah. Bigote.
Yeah, bigote. Yep. Did you turn it on?
No, Donnie, you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Plug him in too. Din Dude's channel.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and Vito. That's right.
I've been watching a lot of his stuff too. He's that OG is a good dude, man. Very respectful.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Cool cat, man. Cool cat. I had the pleasure to be on with him on screen with him a couple times with Stacks and I think Jimmy once. And he generally cares about people. He don't like to see people do dirt, do wrong and get clowned, and he want to see everybody get along, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Tom Selleck's good.
He's always been straight and consistent.
Yeah, yep. And that's one thing I gotta say. Everybody here has been consistent. I've been consistent. Because I'm not with that flip flopping crap. You know what I mean? My message that I'm trying to put across has always been the same, man.
Yo, that shit drives me nuts. Like, yo, how the fuck are you gonna say you stand for this and then do something completely, opposite? Like,
or what gets me is that some people will say like, oh, well, I'm only about what's right. I'm only about what's right, and then right after saying that, they're throwing out shouts out to troll people that are full of crap. You know, that ain't right. That are talking about people's wives and there's some stuff that said that, hey, you're setting yourself up to be
or won't stand up for something that's right, or just won't say something that
Yeah, really, what they should say is, I'm only standing up for what's right when it comes to me. You know what I mean? That's what they should be saying.
Or because I'm only going to say what makes me look good.
Yeah, because when it's the other way around, it's crickets.
Yeah, but it is what it is, man. Some people are fucking just fake, you know, they pretend they're about this or that, or you know, and they have all, or they just have ulterior motives that they pretend, you know, aren't so fucking blatant and
Yep, I agree with that too. Yep.
obvious.
They got a
you know,
hidden
it's like-
agenda. Yep, exactly.
yeah, no, nobody sees that.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
You
hey, man,
know.
it is what it is, man. It's like I said, I came on
144%.
here.
I agree with that.
I came on here, bro, and the first people I spoke to was
How long we going?
Carlos, and then I got Lefty on the phone. We spoke for a brief, and those are the only people I know as far as YouTube.
Yeah, my phone had a virus, Nelson. Yeah.
Right.
Lou's got my new number I set up.
Yeah, you got well, I get with you.
All right.
I got his number. I'll hit you with
Mickey
it now.
Griggs. What's up, sir? Mickey Griggs.
Yeah, man, I lost all my numbers in that
Yep.
phone.
How long we gonna go?
Go another maybe 10 minutes, and then we call it a night.
How much more we gonna go, Nelson?
Like 10. Go
Yeah.
about 10 minutes, and then we bounce. You know.
Yeah, because I got my boy with me. He's been right here with me for 2 hours,
man.
sitting next to me.
He's like, "What
You know
the
what I mean?
hell? Get me
So-
out of here!"
And I still got to drive back home.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
I still got to drive home. But Sven Larson.
Who knows? I
Mickey
might
Griggs.
pop out.
You know, that was another thing too when Carlos brought up Walter. Walter Sobchak. That dude was one of the first people that showed me respect, man, in the chats. You know, he was definitely one of the first ones, along with Edward and Mickey Griggs and Joe Delamura. Those are one of the first guys that showed me respect, man. So I always feel indebted to
let's
them,
put this out there before it goes any further. But if anybody, like we said before, if anybody wants to get on the chat and stuff like that, if we don't know who the person is, of course, we're going to vet them before we get them on the show. You know what I mean? I think me and Carlos spoke about that earlier, something like that.
And like the StreamYard, like when you go to the green room, we prefer you show us your face.
Yeah.
But then you can block it out, and then we'll put you on the live, because we know even subscribers want to keep their anonymity, you know. So that's understandable. But we prefer you show your face. But as far as like real like guests coming on the show, they are going to be vetted. There's no ifs, ands, buts around it. We have to know who you are. Like even me, I use this as an avatar. But I'm there, and if right now if somebody was to say, "Well, we don't know who you are," I got no problem going back and out of it, going right back on and showing my face.
Yeah. You know, we don't want nobody coming on here yelling and screaming and going freaking nuts and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll get some attempts. I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah, we'll get them.
Yeah, you know, they're just loud, trying to get attention.
You know how it works, bro.
Plus, we also want to let the subscribers know we have plans. You guys got it. Like I said, we're still a little wet behind the ears. We're getting this started, but we're gonna have guests on. We're gonna have a variety of guests and topics, so it won't just be a freestyle like it is now, where it's just us. And because most of us know each other, you know, so it's not like, okay, well, we're gonna bring something new. We're gonna bring you some entertainment.
Yes, definitely. We're gonna
Same
do that.
thing with my channel. I will have some guest interviews and some content. I have a bunch of shit recorded. Just an idiot with the computer. So
that's what's up. Left going.
Oh, yo, guys, dude, I got something real funny in the works right now. I just can't. I haven't. It's going to take a little while, you know, with the video editing, but you know, I don't know.
Definitely. All right, my brother. So who's going to do the roll
everybody? If you haven't
call?
hit the like button, please hit the like button. Share.
Who's going to do the roll call before we bounce?
I'll do the roll call.
Man,
I got it. I say good night to Mickey Griggs, Angela, Pounding that Pinkville, Sven Larson, Enthusiast, Carol, Danny Stories, Jordan Canada, excuse me. Who else we got here? Tim Egan, Bean, aka B, Just Jane, Stool Pigeon, Reggie Cray, Bobby Bavarian, that's it. Jane Creek, Picograms, Anthony
Hey, listen,
Cognito, OC 714, Anthony Elios, Ben Larson already said.
I
Common
think I'm gonna
Sense.
go live next if you guys want to hop
That's
on
about
there.
it. Oh yeah, Everett,
Definitely.
Chicago Muscle. They already took off. That's about it. We had a lot of pretty good variety of people tonight. But just real quick before we end it, I got a lot of stuff that I already spoke to my brothers about. Hopefully we can put a lot of that together. It'll be a lot of different topics, angles, different people that help the community, homeless kids, reentry program from lifers that are transitioning back to the streets. So hopefully we'll be able to put some of this together. Obviously we just started, so it might not go out quickly, but eventually we should be able to come together and put some of this stuff out there for you guys.
Mickey
That's the
Griggs.
big-
It's Nelson Pat 51. Yeah, we should be good. When's our next? They're asking when our next one's gonna be, so that one's gonna be announced. Probably tomorrow we'll announce that one.
I think what,
Probably
Wednesday?
Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday. That's a good day for me.
Good day for you. Okay.
I think we should stick.
Yeah, but I know,
It is
I mean, hey,
Wednesday.
it's not all about me. So,
Yeah.
I know you got.
That sounds good for now. Wednesdays is good, bro.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Hopefully
man,
we can go win. Hopefully we.
man. I appreciate it.
Hopefully we can go Wednesdays and Saturdays or
Yeah.
Wednesdays and Sundays and try to get in a rhythm where, we're away from other people's shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of shows.
There's
a lot of shows that we, a lot of the same crowd. Same subscribers. So.
I want to thank all the mods for the job they did tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming out, subscribing to us, and showing your support and love. We really appreciate it.
And don't forget, our man Lefty Guns is going on next. So if y'all want to pop over there, jump on over there.
Yeah, man. If you guys feel like hanging out, I feel like going on for a little while. You guys in the no-fly zone got me in the mood. What can I say?
Hey, just bring the leprechaun with you.
Maybe. But he always been locked up.
After parties at Lefty Guns Pool Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
everybody in the chat, if you haven't already.
Having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, everybody in the chat, if you haven't already went.
No.
If you haven't went, checked out Dankin' and Drinking. Check out the Smiths and the Ghost Tube. Danny's Stories. Man, and a couple other ones. Thin Dudes. Lefty's Pool Hall. Wise Guy TV. Go check them all out. They all got good programs, good shows.
Definitely, bunch of good people up in here. So with that being said,
check out We Push Back Link. We're all about networking. We all want to help other people.
Yep.
That's what makes the world go round. Networking. You know what I'm saying? And good night to everybody.
Definitely. Good night.
And guess what? It's Monday back. It's Monday. Back to work. Get ready.
So what's the last word, bro? What's the last word? What are we gonna teach them before we leave? Go ahead, Luke.
Okay.
You did the Spanish words the last time.
Yeah. So what we gonna do? Spanish words again?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see.
Say good. Okay. Buena suerte. Good luck to everybody. Financially, physically, emotionally, everything. Just good luck. Buena suerte.
Definitely. Hey,
Todo mundo, buena noche. Everybody have a good night.
That's it. Have a good night, guys. Hope to see you on the next one.
What you got?
What I got? That's exactly what I said.
No, what's your Spanish word? We got to teach it. You know what I mean?
All right, the Spanish word says y'all did the good ones. Y'all took the good ones. So from now on, when somebody messes with you on the chat, just say no joda.
Yeah, don't bother me, motherfucker.
No joda.
No me joda. Don't bother me. Yeah, don't mess with me. Yeah.
Good luck typing that shit out, but there you go.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Guys. Have a good night,
All right,
man.
we had a good one. Everybody in the chat again, thank you for coming. Thank you for showing the support. Like, share, sub, and have a good night.
You got it,
Get ready
guys.
for work.
I'll talk to you later.
Have a
Yes,
good one,
sir.
my brothers.
Adios.
Peace.
Adios. Cuídense.